The Silent House. In a quiet suburban neighborhood, there stood an old abandoned house that loomed over the area, its windows shattered and paint peeling. The locals whispered about its dark past, but no one dared to investigate until one Halloween night when a group of curious teens decided to explore it. Equipped with flashlights, they approached the house, a mix of excitement and trepidation coursing through them. The front door hung on its hinges, creaking ominously as they stepped inside. The air was thick with dust and the musty scent of decay, and an unsettling silence enveloped them. They split up, each taking different rooms, trying to brave the darkness. In a dimly lit bedroom, a girl named Sarah discovered an old diary, its pages yellowed and brittle. The diary belonged to a girl named Emily, who had lived in the house decades earlier. As Sarah flipped through the pages, she became engrossed in Emily's entries, detailing her descent into madness. The last entry sent chills down her spine. "I can hear her calling me. She wants me to join her." Meanwhile, the other teens began to hear strange noises, soft whispers, the creaking of floorboards, and what sounded like distant footsteps. They tried to dismiss it as their imaginations, but the tension in the air was palpable. When they reconvened in the living room, they realized Sarah was missing. Panic gripped them as they called out her name, their voices echoing in the empty halls. Just then, they heard a faint, ghostly whisper, "Help me! Come upstairs!" Against their better judgment, they decided to follow the sound, their hearts racing as they ascended the staircase. Each step creaked ominously underfoot. At the top, they spotted a door slightly ajar, and they exchanged nervous glances, pushing it open. They stepped into a dimly lit room. In the center stood Sarah, staring blankly at the wall, her expression one of sheer terror. "She's here," Sarah whispered, her voice trembling. "She won't let me leave." Fear gripped the others as they rushed to her side. They could feel an oppressive presence in the room, the atmosphere growing heavier. They grabbed Sarah and turned to flee, but to their horror, the door slammed shut behind them with a deafening bang. Desperation surged as they pushed against the door, finally breaking free into the hallway. But as they raced down the stairs, the whispers intensified, echoing around them, almost as if the house was laughing at their fear. They burst out of the front door into the cool night air, vowing never to return. But days later, Sarah confided in them that she still felt something dark following her, a shadow that whispered her name in the dead of night, tugging at her consciousness. The friends eventually moved on with their lives, but the experience left a mark on them. They often glanced back at the silent house, a looming figure in the neighborhood, knowing that whatever haunted it was still waiting, biding its time for the next group of curious souls to enter its dark embrace. As for Sarah, she struggled to shake off the feeling of being watched, a constant reminder of the house that had claimed a part of her soul. The silent house still stands, a chilling testament to the darkness that can lurk in forgotten places. Some say that if you listen closely at night, you can still hear the whispers of the past, echoing through the shadows, calling out for those brave enough to step inside. The silent house remains a mystery, its secrets buried within its walls, waiting for the next Halloween night when the curious will dare to explore its haunting depths. Are you a fan of all things eerie and exciting? Subscribe to Nick's Frightful 5. Each episode promises chills and thrills, exploring spine-tingling tales, horror film insights, and ghostly legends. Dive into the darkness with fellow enthusiasts, sharing your favorite frights and perhaps even uncovering some hidden gems. Don't miss out on the fun. Join us and let your spooky journey begin.